The way that your vehicle was located, I'll have to write you a ticket for improper U-turn. Whenever you complete a U-turn...
I didn't U-turn.
Hold on. Whenever you complete a U-turn, you're supposed to be as far to that corner as possible, okay?
In Oklahoma City, a seemingly innocuous traffic stop is going to take a turn for the worse as we see Sergeant Joseph Gibson speaking with 71-year-old Vietnamese man Lich Vu, explaining that he is going to get a ticket for allegedly committing an improper U-turn.
I need you to sign with your finger. It's not an admission of guilt. You're just signing saying you'll take care of the citation for a ticket. You're promising saying that you'll take care of it at a later date, whether that be in court or if you take care of it outside of court.
I don't know what you're talking about.
At this point, we have to mention that English is his second language, and there appears to be a language barrier between Gibson and Vu, which is only compounded by the policing procedures he has to follow and how he explains his side of the story to the officer.
So I'm writing and issuing you a citation for improper U-turn. Yes, sir.
She's hitting me and I got the citation.
I'm not writing a ticket for her hitting you, okay?
No, she hitting me. You see the...
I am not writing a ticket.
You see the evidence. No.
Okay. I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying here, okay?
As Vu exits his car and continues to try and explain himself to Sergeant Gibson, you can tell that Gibson is getting more and more impatient and frustrated with him.
The front of her hand hurt and she didn't turn.
Whenever you make a U-turn...
I didn't make a U-turn.
Sorry. Let me clarify, okay? Yeah. Whenever you enter a little intersection thing like that, you are not allowed to go side by side next to a car, okay? You have to go behind vehicles.
Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know
how
many cars?
We are done, sir? No. We're done arguing about this, okay?
I don't think so.
We are not arguing about this, okay?
I want to show you.
We argue in court. We argue in court.
You take the phone and...
We argue in court.
No,
we don't argue on the side of the road. We argue in court. Yes, that's how it works. Because if not, if you don't sign this, you go to jail. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't want to take you to jail.
I'm ready to go to jail.
You ready to go to jail?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay, that involves impounding your car too.
Yeah.
Okay.
As Gibson gives another driver a ticket for expired tags, presumably the same driver Vu claims hit his car, Vu's wife approaches Gibson and is quickly dismissed.
Can you roll me another unit? I got this guy up here and a supervisor. He's refusing to sign a ticket, and he's wanting to go to jail.
We stay here waiting for go to here. We not U-turn.
Okay, it doesn't matter about a U-turn or what. That lane.
And I heard she hit us.
I understand that, but you're not. You see where that car's at? Whenever you enter that area, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to leave any space at all. You're not supposed to leave any space at all.
You see that two car?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I am the top
The way
car.
where your vehicle was located, your vehicle was not like that.
Sit down.
No.
You sit up.
All it took is one measly bump to Gibson's vest and Vu telling him to shut up and listen to him for Gibson to slam Vu face first into the pavement. And for all the bootlickers out there, first off, something like this should never be the outcome of a simple traffic stop if the officer is actually in control of the situation. And secondly, what immediate threat of harm did Vu pose to Gibson that justified this violence? Tapping his vest with his finger and telling him to shut up, if you legitimately think that Gibson was put in danger by Vu's actions, you need to do some serious self-reflection.
I need the ambulance.
Yeah, I'm going to call an ambulance.
Look at his head.
112 Hefner, roll me fire.
As Vu lays motionless on the ground with his wife looking on in obvious horror, we could see the brutality of Gibson's takedown from a local business's security footage that was released alongside Gibson's body cam recording. That one completely insignificant bump to Gibson's vest, combined with his frustration with Vu for not immediately following his demands, largely due to a language barrier, has forever changed the lives of everyone in Vu's family, as Gibson's violence caused irreparable harm to Vu. In the immediate aftermath of this disgusting act of police brutality, Vu's daughter, Teresa, posted on IG that her 5'3", 115-pound father suffers from bone cancer and suffered a fractured neck, brain bleed, dents to the side of his head, a fractured orbital bone causing his eye to be swollen shut, memory loss, confusion, and problems walking. Vu reportedly just returned home from the hospital in the first week of December, spending over a month in recovery while Sergeant Gibson was given a paid vacation as the department conducted an internal investigation. On top of all that, OKC Vietnamese American Community President Tuan Nguyen told multiple outlets that Vu has been unable to continue his cancer treatments since the assault. Predictably, local police union President Mark Nelson released this gross statement in support of Joseph Gibson after he was surprisingly slapped with a felony aggravated assault and battery charge following the internal investigation, having the audacity to say that Gibson handled the case with, quote, professionalism, and accused Vu of assaulting Gibson first, thus justifying how Gibson manhandled Vu under the guise of de-escalation. Another lifelong Vietnamese resident of OKC spoke to PBS's Adam Kemp and said that her father also gets frustrated whenever he can't properly articulate himself in English, giving credence to Vu's reaction and frustrations with Gibson during the stop. She even had to sit down with her father and explain that if he ever finds himself in a similar situation, to keep to himself to avoid provoking an officer in response like what we saw from Gibson. While it's good advice to remain silent and only answer the specific questions you're legally required to when talking to law enforcement, the fact that we even have to have this conversation is a major indictment of how law enforcement in this country operates. No one should fear violent retribution simply for disagreeing with a police officer's administration of the law, or lack thereof. But when the system was put in place to protect and serve the interests of ultra-wealthy capital owners instead of the people being exploited by said capital owners, what else do you expect would happen? We hope Vu can recover from his injuries, and he and his family receive at least some semblance of justice for Sergeant Joseph Gibson's misconduct. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYTSports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.